Zucchini and zucchini once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today I'm back with fruit of the day, the one and only zucchini. Maybe you love it, maybe you hate it. Maybe you think zucchini is a vegetable. Maybe you think it's a fruit. Maybe you've never even heard of zucchini. Maybe you don't even know how to spell it. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the zucchini. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Zucchini belongs to the species Cucurbita pepo and is related to certain other squashes and pumpkins. Even though most people use zucchini like other vegetables, botanically speaking, it's actually a fruit. That's right, guys. Here's something that we always have to remember, is that if a plant food contains an edible portion and seeds, it is a fruit. So there we have it. Lastly, zucchini comes in dark, light green, or white spotted varieties. Now, take a look at the picture. As you can see, there are different colors, different shapes of zucchinis, right? So even though you may only be familiar with one type, always know that there are usually several different varieties. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. Zucchini, also called courgette in some parts of the world, is believed to have first been cultivated up to 10,000 years ago. Wow, it's ancient. In Ayurvedic medicine, zucchini is considered a cooling fruit that is easy to digest and ideal for the hot months of the year. In traditional Chinese medicine, zucchini is considered a yin cooling food. Also, when shopping for zucchini, you might see it called by a few different names, including crookneck, summer squash, or patty pan. So there we have it, guys. A few fun facts about the one and only zucchini. Oh, look, more fun facts. Some people may wonder, is zucchini healthier raw or cooked? Well, let's go ahead and address that question. Some evidence suggests that squash can retain more of its antioxidants when it's raw or steamed as opposed to cooked at high temperatures. Steaming is considered a delicate cooking method that can preserve zucchini's phytochemicals better than microwaving or deep frying, for example. Zucchini blossoms, the flowers it grows from, are also a popular ingredient. While grocery stores in the U.S. don't usually sell the blossoms, you can find them at farmers markets and prepare them while stuffing or pan frying them. So there we have it, guys. More delicious fun facts about the one and only zucchini. All right, now it's time for the not so fun facts. One potential issue that is one potential issue is that a small percentage of zucchini and yellow squash grown in the U.S. are genetically engineered, according to the Environmental Working Group. Since U.S. law does not require labeling of genetically engineered produce, if you want to make sure to avoid all engineered products, you should purchase organically grown produce whenever possible or items bearing the non-GMO Project Verified label. So there we have it, guys. If you are at all concerned about GMOs in your foods, then you probably want to opt for organic options. And the best place to get organic options, of course, is going to be at your local grocery store, but probably even better is going to be at a local farmer's market. All right, believe it or not, there are more not so fun facts. So here we go. Summer squash does contain measurable amounts of oxalates, which are natural substances found in plants and others foods that can cause health problems in people with certain existing conditions. If you have untreated kidney or gallbladder problems, you might want to avoid zucchini or speak to your doctor, since oxalate foods can sometimes complicate these issues due to their impact on calcium absorption within the body. So there we have it, guys. If you have any issues with your kidneys or with your gallbladder, please consult with your doctor before increasing your intake of zucchini. All right, it's now time to dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. Yes, food labels. Basically, it helps us to understand and read food labels. Ultimately, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, really what we're talking about is percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label. As you can see, our sample food label is divided into three parts. We have a purple portion, a yellow portion, and then we have a blue portion. Let's take the purple portion first. The purple portion, aptly entitled percent daily value, is basically a column that ranges from as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, there are some cases where the range may exceed 100%. Now, let's take a look at the yellow portion. Basically, the yellow portion highlights several nutrients that unfortunately do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the body temple. So, when it comes to nutrients such as saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium, you definitely want to make sure that the percent DV is as close to 0% as possible. Lastly, when we talk about the blue portion, meaning dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals, these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote disease, they promote wellness and health within the body temple. So, when it comes to selecting foods and beverages, you want to make sure that whatever you're eating or drinking, that the percent DV is as close to 100% as possible. Now, what I would like to do is be a little more specific about the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're consuming any food or beverage item and it contains 0% to 9% DV of any nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item contains 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, now it's time to dive into the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a single serving of zucchini is equivalent to a medium-sized zucchini with the skin. Okay, make sure you don't peel it. So here's what we're going to get. 31.4 calories, not a lot, 6.6 grams of carbohydrates, 2.4 grams of protein. Now, the reason why I highlighted this is because a lot of people seem to think that plant foods don't contain any protein. Well, myth buster. Also, only 0.4 grams of fat. And look at this, 2.2 grams of fiber. Remember, fiber is nature's plumber. Now, let's talk about the vitamins and minerals. Vitamin C comes in at a whopping 56% DV, which makes it an excellent source. Vitamin B6 comes in at 21% DV, excellent source. Manganese comes in at 17% DV, good source. Next up is riboflavin, coming in at 16% DV, good source. Potassium, 15% DV, good source. Folate, 14% DV, good source. Vitamin K, 11% DV, good source. Vitamin A and magnesium each come in at only 8% DV, so unfortunately, a single serving of zucchini is not a good source of vitamin A and or magnesium. Next up is phosphorus, coming in at 7% DV, not a good source. Thiamine coming in at 6% DV, not a good source. And lastly, we have niacin and copper, each coming in at only 5% DV. So unfortunately, a single serving of zucchini is not a good source of both niacin and copper. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only zucchini. All right, now it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, I want to offer you this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be familiar with the principle of cause and effect. Why? Because it's one of these 7 hermetic principles. It basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. That being said, I wanted to apply the principle of cause and effect to eating plant foods. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what you have to understand. Is that if you want to be healthy, you have to cause it. And it's the same thing with disease. If you want a disease, you have to cause that too. So in today's lecture, not only do I want to give you the effect, but I also want to give you the cause. I want to give you the effect in the form of the benefit, and then I want to follow it up with the cause, which is basically the phytonutrients. So the first effect, or we can say benefit, is that zucchini fights oxidative stress. Now, some of us may not know what oxidative stress is. Basically, it is the effect that free radicals have on the human body. Unfortunately, free radicals do a lot of damage. They help to cause heart disease, they also help to cause cancer, and they also help us to age faster. So the question is, which nutrients do zucchinis have to help fight oxidative stress? Well, here we go. Vitamin C, vitamin A, superoxide dismutase, glutathione peroxidase, glucose 6-phosphatase, alpha carotene, and let's not forget about beta carotene. Benefit number 2 has anti-inflammatory properties that can improve heart health. Nice. So now the question is, what causes that? Which phytonutrient does that? Well, say hello to pectin. Number 3, lowers your risk of a stroke. What is the cause? Well, potassium. Number 4, helps improve digestion. What's the cause? Well, believe it or not, zucchini has a very high water content and, of course, good old fiber. Number 5, zucchini may lower your body weight. Well, what is the cause of that? Remember, we just went over the nutrition facts, and we already know that per serving, zucchini is very low in calories and is also very low in carbohydrates. Number 6, zucchini helps maintain eye health. Now, what's the cause? Well, say hello to vitamin C, manganese, beta carotene, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Believe it or not, there are more health benefits. Number 7, zucchini supports a healthy metabolism. Which phytonutrients cause this? Well, say hello to folate, vitamin B6, and riboflavin. Number 8, zucchini can help control diabetes. Nice. So the question is, which phytonutrients cause this? Well, the fact that zucchini is low in carbohydrates and sugar, and it also contains a type of soluble fiber entitled pectin. And lastly, zucchini may help balance thyroid and adrenal function. Now the question is, which phytonutrients cause this? Well, say hello to polyphenols and ascorbic acid. So there we have it, guys. 9 amazing health benefits from the one and only zucchini. All right, it's time to talk about food. It's time for us to visit our website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksOverKnives.com. By the way, there is a movie entitled Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend you watch. So as usual, I went to the website, did a little bit of research, and I found 2 amazing vegan zucchini meals or recipes or dishes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is lentil minestrone. Take a look at the picture. Looks amazing. The second recipe is zucchini, corn, and black bean soup. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious, yes. Now here's the thing. If your mouth is watering, if I've stimulated your appetite, then all you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm giving you a direct link to each recipe. That's right. Now here's the best thing, is that when you get to the website, it's going to provide you with a lot of great and valuable information, such as cooking time, instructions, and of course an ingredient list. So there you have it, guys. Not one but two delicious vegan zucchini recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts. Coach D, thanks for the nutrition facts. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more zucchini? Well, 23% Nation, if that's your question, then the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more zucchini, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Yes, good old Nature Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and you know absolutely nothing about the challenge. Well, here we go. The 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to improve your health, your wealth, your relationships. Oh, and by the way, it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's the thing about the challenge, is that number one, it's monthly. So that means every month, January through December. It's also only 7 days. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every month, the first all the way through the 7th. Now, being that the first day of the month is considered, well, the first day of the challenge is considered Nature Day, that means that Nature Day is the first day of every month. So whether it's September 1st, November 1st, or December 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. Now, 23% Nation, I want to help you out, because I do understand that there are some of us out there who are dealing with some serious health conditions, such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. Maybe you have some skin problems like acne. Maybe you have some digestive issues such as constipation, and you're looking for a natural, holistic remedy. Well, Nature Day is definitely something that I think you should participate in. Now, in order for you to have a successful Nature Day, I want to offer you a few tips, right? So first up is maybe you can avoid meat and processed foods before 12 p.m. or after 12 p.m. These are baby steps. Now, if you're looking to make a greater commitment, then maybe you can try to become a 3% vegan. Now, a 3% vegan is anyone, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next up is a 10% vegan. This is a person who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next up is a 17% vegan. That's anyone, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is a 23% vegan, which is a person like me, Coach D, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water the first 7 days of every single month. Now the question is, which plant foods do I eat? Well, guys, I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, which happen to be fruits, vegetables and herbs, nuts and seeds, legumes, meaning beans and peas, and of course, whole grains. And once again, I only drink water. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about Nature Day. Now, some of us may be intrigued. Some of us may want to know much, much more. So guys, here are my tips for Nature Day. Number 1, go visit your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're basically going to go to 2 places. Number 1 is the produce section, and number 2 is going to be the freezer aisle. Go to the produce section because that's where you're going to find all of your fresh plant foods. Go to the frozen aisle. Why? Because that's where you're going to find all of your frozen plant foods. Now, some of us may wonder what's best, fresh versus frozen. Well, believe it or not, The nutrient content is pretty much the same. It just ultimately depends on how long it takes you to eat your plant foods. Tip number 2, go to the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. Now, depending on the grocery store, they may term it the kitchen. Whether it's called the prepared dishes section or the kitchen, walk on over there and talk to the person behind the counter. Ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian options. If you don't really know what it is, you can always ask for a quick sample. Providing you like it, purchase the food either by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds if you really like it. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. Now, this is especially great for people who demand organic plant foods. Farmers markets only cater to the organic plant food market, as a matter of fact. So, if you're looking to avoid pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and any other type of harsh chemical that may be present in your plant foods, then please go visit your local farmers market. Tip number 4, go visit your local vegan restaurant. Guys, vegan restaurants are amazing for a few reasons. Number 1, they employ vegan chefs who know exactly how to cook plant foods. Also, not only do vegan chefs know how to cook plant foods, but they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes. Tip number 5, you may want to subscribe to a vegan meal prep company. This is especially true for those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods, or those of us who don't have time to cook plant foods, right? Here's the thing about these meal prep companies, is that when you get a subscription, guess what? They make it, they deliver it, you eat it. It's just that simple. So there we have it, guys. 5 tips to help make your nature day successful. All right, 23% Nation, it's time for our question of the day, and it comes from yours truly. We want to know, true or false, a zucchini is a fruit? Now, I believe I covered that information earlier in the video. So if you didn't get it, or maybe you missed it, please rewind and put your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to please like, subscribe, and share the video, especially if you love zucchini. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out, but always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.